on this topic, let's bring in a former Secret Service agent now, Tim Miller. Tim, thank you so much for your time today. So, in your view, was it a failure by the Secret Service?
Well, I mean, there are quite a few failures, and, I'm kind of torn because on the one hand, you saw the absolute best of the Secret Service. You saw the detail that's protecting Trump spring into action, couldn't have gone any better, and was able to get him off. On the opposite side, the advance piece, which arguably is the most important piece, was an abysmal failure. We missed some key things that should have never been missed. It's important to note that during campaign periods, they're going from one stop to another stop to another stop to another stop. And I've done probably hundreds of these advances, and I will tell you that it requires you to be in the weeds at every site, identifying potential threats. And that's everything from bombs to vehicles, but certainly rifles. We learned in 1963 what a rifle will do to a president. And so this is something the Secret Service is having to come to grips with. And I assure you, every agent across the Secret Service was devastated by what we saw on Saturday. So
just to confirm, Tim, which was the administration that you worked under?
I worked under George Herbert Walker Bush, Clinton, and then did a few things for George W. Bush.
Okay, so just for our viewers at home, what is the protocol for Secret Service if a shot is fired?
If a shot is fired, the principle is cover and evacuate. We want to get the president. We want to put ourselves between whoever's shooting and the president. We know every day when we wake up, it may cost us of our lives, but we're committed to protecting the leader of the free world. And you saw that perfectly played out when the shots rang out. Now, the bad news for the Secret Service is we are very proactive in nature, and this was not proactive. We try to create a situation where when the detail's coming in, they're coming into a safe environment. We call it a cocoon or a protective bubble. In this case, the detail came into what was soon to be a very violent encounter for President Trump.
Should he have been allowed to stop on stage, in your view, Tim? I mean, you got that moment there where he said, wait, and, soaked up the moment, showing incredible bravery to do that. But should he been allowed to do that, or should Secret Service have said, hey, we've got to get you out of here, Mr. President, or ex-president?
Well, I've learned, my friend, that you don't tell presidents what to do.
Yeah.
You can encourage them what to do. Obviously, our protocol, we take the real president out to our Beltsville training area. We put him in limos. We give him an idea of what would happen in a catastrophic situation like this. Certainly, the Secret Service was very focused on getting him off the platform because we didn't know if there was a second shooter, if there were additional threats.
Yeah,
but I got to tell you, watching President Trump stand up and do what he did after being shot, I've seen people shot. I've never seen anybody do anything like that.
Amazing. Yeah, Tim, so there was, and we've seen different pieces of vision now that show this, there was at least 5 seconds when the gunman was spotted before he fired a shot. What are the rules of engagement? If someone like this is seen, do you have to wait first until a shot is fired, or do you take the subject out?
Yeah, absolutely not. There's no wait. Once we've identified it is a threat, our folks are cleared to deal with the threat appropriately, depending on the nature of the threat. Obviously, this was a man with a rifle, a very deadly rifle with a, he was only shooting, maybe 150 yards. The maximum effective range of that weapon is somewhere around 300 yards. So this was an easy shot. And once our folks identified that there was a viable target, they are cleared hot to deal with it.
Yeah, and just finally here before you go, I mean, I could talk to you for an hour, but I'm strapped for time. But just finally here, just back to this current campaign now. Does security need to be increased, not just for Joe Biden, but also Donald Trump now, even RFK Jr.?
Yeah, I got to tell you, you can't have enough security with the situation in America now, the hatred on both sides. And my concern always, when you see an incident like this, is how many others will be inspired to do the same thing. So to answer your question, RFK absolutely should have protection, in my opinion. Trump should have equal protection. And then you've got Biden. All those things are resource issues, But in security, money's very well spent if you can avoid what happened last Saturday.
Yeah, oh, it's a fascinating conversation just now, Tim. That's Tim Miller there, former Secret Service agent. Incredible work that you've done in the past too. Thank you for your time.